Welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. My name is Mike, and today we are talking about The Princess and the Frog. This is Disney's return to princess stories and traditional animation. It's the 2009 movie. Premise of this: a waitress desperate to fulfill her dream as restaurant owner is set on a journey to turn a frog prince back into a human, but she has to face the same problems after she kisses him. This is starring such vocal talents as Annika Noni Rose as Tiana, Keith David as Dr. Facilier, our main villain, Bruno Campos as Prince Naveen, Oprah Winfrey as Eudora, who's Tiana's mom, and then Jennifer Cody as Charlotte LaBeouf, who is as Charlotte LaBeouf. Then we've got Michael Leon Woolley as Lewis and Jim Cummings as Ray the Firefly. So, Princess and the Frog had a lot of interesting things going with it. First is that you have your first black princess, which I think was a long time coming. You could have made some of the princesses darker shade or darker skin shade because, in Aladdin, Jasmine was just maybe a tad bit whitewashed. But the other thing too is that this was coded in jazz, so the music was really unique as well. And plus, Disney in the 2000s kind of had a streak where they were doing computer animated movies and they still had Pixar as well. So we're going back to traditional animation here, and it just shows the power that you do have with this. So for me, Princess and the Frog is a resounding thumbs up, and I think it's one of the most underrated Disney movies that we have out there today. So for one thing, one of the things that I love and one of the things that I learned from this the most is that I love the messaging behind this. And the main message that this has is, hey, you could wish on a star all you want, but it's not going to get you anywhere unless you work really hard to get it. Now, I think it's going too far in the other direction where it's like you have to do nothing but work in order to get some of that. But I think at the same time, I think what that is doing is so contradictory to what Disney has been telling us for, at the time, nearly 80 years of telling us that, hey, nearly 70 years, hey, when you wish upon a star, you get your dreams will come true. And to like strictly go after that and contradict that, I think is a really brave move. The other thing too is that Tiana, as a character, she's got to work her tail off in order to get all the things that she wants. I think her talent of being like this outstanding cook, and she's more ambitious than we get from most Disney characters. I really enjoy that. And then to kind of flip the script a little bit and make Prince Naveen kind of the bumbling idiot. And, he's not there to save anyone. She's more meant to save him. I think, again, that's just a brave choice and something that just completely contradicts everything. The animation in this gives me like Don Bluth movie vibes. And I think that's something that like I really appreciate with this because I think with all like the animal characters, the kind of swamp nature of where we're supposed to be, I really enjoyed that. I think some of the side characters, a jazz playing or jazz trumpet playing crocodile named Lewis. I think that's really great. I love his song When I'm Human. I really like that. Plus, also with Ray the Firefly, it's got a very thick Cajun accent, which, that was a choice. But also the whole thing that he has with Evangeline and like he falls in love with this like pretty star in the sky. I think that's a lovely, lovely thing to put in here as well. So I really love that. Dr. Facilier is a pretty terrifying villain as well, because his main thing is that he uses shadows and voodoo and everything like that. And Keith David just goes for it with this, and I think he's one of the strongest elements to like come about with this movie. So I really like that. I also love all the aspects with Mama Odie and kind of how she's like the one that's like kind of protector of like the swamp and nature and is kind of, the counterbalance to the mystical, like all the mystical nature that is Dr. Facilier. So I love that this movie is finally getting its day in the sun with, they're rebranding Splash Mountain at Disney with The Princess and the Frog. I know the girls love it a lot, so I really like that too. So there's a lot to love about The Princess and the Frog. A lot of great lessons in terms of, again, when you wish upon a star is will only take you so far before you eventually need to like work your butt off in order to get something that you want. The animation is great. The songs are amazing. I love Almost There as a song. And then even just the last song, just being, just this counterbalance to, Tiana wanting to get her restaurant. And she finally gets it and she renames it Tiana's Palace. I think this just is just going so outside the traditional box that I just adore it so much. So this is an enthusiastic recommend for me, and I hope that you continue to, or I hope that you watch it or continue to watch it with your kids and all of that stuff too. So, what are your thoughts on The Princess and the Frog? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you've got any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at hiflyercreative.com. Check out the other shows on our network. We've got a lot of great content. Really proud of the work that everyone's doing. So please check out the other shows and support the SPDM crew. And finally, if you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.